Ladies and gentlemen, my name is SuddenlyNinja, and this episode of Indie Beginning is truly awesome. I mean, the regular episodes are pretty good if I may say so myself, but this week I managed to get my fist around a copy of Fist of Awesome by Nickel Hunt. Now, this guy went ahead and created a 2D time-traveling bear fighting simulator with gratuitous over-the-top bear violence and a little bit of bear nudity, so I can't imagine PETA would agree with a game like this, but I've played it for a little bit, and I have to say it's done a very good job of helping me get rid of any bear-related stress or problems that I had. The game puts you in control of Tim Burr, who is a pixely lumberjack who finds himself traveling through time and space as he fights oppressive bears who have taken control of the world and have enslaved humans everywhere. They even go so far as to put them in a special zoo. Now, it's obvious that they desire to rule the world, but you don't get to have a name like Tim Burr if you didn't have some knowledge of how to prevent a joint uprising of bear and deer. The methods employed by Tim to prevent his evil masters from locking him up are simple, yet effective. You punch every bear you come across in the mouth repeatedly until he stops moving with the help of a giant talking fist who seems to be able to assess any situation at a moment's notice and provides comedy dialogue throughout the game, which I found quite funny at times. There was a surprising amount of puns and wordplay that had me crack up and laugh out loud a couple of times. Now, the combat itself kind of reminded me of games I used to play in the arcade when I was younger, namely Street Fighter and things like Double Dragon, but I couldn't shake the feeling that it was just a little bit inaccurate, you know? Sometimes I'd get stuck in a corner and enemies would just wail on me until I died with absolutely no chance of getting back up and fighting back, but I guess that's kind of part of the genre, you know? You try not to get cornered and you have to keep moving around. Now, another thing that stood out to me, and is what I believe a major pitfall in this type of game, is that throughout most of the game I was able to defeat whole packs of enemies by just using a single attack while slowly walking towards them. Now, there were some enemies, and of course the excellent boss fights, where this didn't work at all, but the regular enemies seem to be really vulnerable to this tactic, and it's a shame really because Tim has a multitude of great moves to use, and it seems like a waste to go through the game using one particular attack, but at some point I just wanted to move on and see what this game was about, and it turned out to be the fastest way to progress was by spamming this one attack, which was of course what I did, but I would have liked if there was some system in place to prevent this and promote a little tactical play, maybe some kind of combo system or anything like that. Now, the thing that did pleasantly surprise me was the fact that the game contains a little mini level up system whereby you upgrade your health or your power or your speed, and when I first saw that I was kind of surprised because I really didn't expect that in such a simple game, so kudos there. I really liked that part of the game. And another thing I would really like to compliment on is the music. Like in so many games where I like the music, this soundtrack had me ready and willing to punch some bears, and it sounded like a huge amount of production went into it. I was even more surprised when I went and checked out the credits and this full-blown kind of musical theme song started playing, complete with lyrics and everything, so I do recommend you check out the credit screen when you buy this game. So let's get to a verdict here. I think Fist of Awesome is a very enjoyable game, if only for the puns and humor throughout your adventure with Tim Burr. There's a couple of things lacking in the combat system, but these things are easily overlooked, and they have a lot to do with your own personal playstyle. Technically, the game goes a little bit deeper than most games of this genre, thanks to the level up system, which allows you to concentrate on things like health or power in order to change the way that you play through the game a second time, but it doesn't go so deep as to call it a true RPG, because it remains a simple 2D bear fighting game that is sure to entertain you for a couple of afternoons. The version of Fist of Awesome that I played is available on Steam for about €6. That is it for this week. Stay tuned for a new Indie Beginning next Friday, and if you want to see some behind the scenes stuff, make sure to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. I would like to use those places to connect to the audience a little bit more and maybe do some stuff like giveaways and contests in the near future. So go over there, click that follow button or that like button, whatever you click, and as always, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time.